We've been talking about IVF and some of the pregnancy struggles reality stars have experienced while in the spotlight. Well, our next guest is a woman who took a different route to motherhood. When fertility treatments got too expensive, she took matters into her own hands and had sex with her friend to have a baby. Joining us is the mother who made this decision. Welcome to the show, Sophie.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. I also want to bring on friend and colleague of the show, psychiatrist Dr. Ish Major. How are you, Dr. Ish?
Doing well, Dr. O. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, and I'm intrigued with Sophie's story.
Yes, indeed.
So, Sophie, let's dig right in. You wanted to have a baby all on your own. So tell us why that was so.
Well, when I was 29, I started to really feel the call toward motherhood. I knew I needed to be a mom, and I almost wanted it to have happened already. So I ended up setting a deadline for myself that when I was 33, almost 34, it was the time for me to start trying to become a single mother by choice. That time came around, and I said, okay, I'm going to start calling different clinics. I called an IUI clinic. I called a sperm bank. I got some numbers on that, and the numbers were just astronomical for my needs.
Sophie, tell us, how did you find the right partner for this? I mean, you're a smart young lady. I'm sure you put some thought into it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I'd had a few conversations with friends about this, male friends. Usually we talked about it using the so-called turkey baster method, where you're not actually having sex. But right. I ended up making a short list of people, and then it was time to formally ask somebody. So I did ask the top person on my list, and he said yes. We were going to try with the turkey baster in California. So that's where he lived. So I flew out to California. We tried for 10 days and it did not take. I was not pregnant. Yes, it was only one try, but I started to realize that for this to be sustainable, I might need to be trying closer to home. So I started to put out word in that community among my friends, looking for people who might be willing to do this in a really thoughtful way, with having all the conversations, open conversations about this that we could. I was also dating kind of here and there at the time. And the first guy I dated after that, I told him I'm trying to become a single mom by choice. And he reacted, he was appalled. He told me, no man will ever want to marry you or be in a long-term relationship with someone once you've used somebody else's sperm for this.
Wow.
It's not even true. It's not true.
That Sophie, that was a grown man with his feelings hurt. That ain't had nothing to do with you.
So Sophie, tell us, what was the conversation like when you asked the person that you eventually decided to do this with to become a sperm donor?
The conversation evolved into, let's try this together. We would use sex, and we decided that if the relationship was working out, we would carry on with that through the pregnancy. And if it kind of started to come apart, we would put our contract into action, which we discussed ahead of time. What would be in our contract? I would be the sole parent. He would not play a role. He would not play an uncle role or a friend role in the child's life. He would be completely separate and walk away, and we would go our separate ways. So we had that contract ready to go. I had it vetted by my lawyer as well. And so that was basically the way that the conversation went.